Hey guys, it's Ohmwrecker, and today I want to talk to you guys about the Humble THQ Bundle for PC/Steam. This is the latest Humble Bundle to come out. There's 8 days left, so you've got plenty of time to jump in on this. And it is a pretty significant bundle, quite possibly one of the most valuable ones that we've seen yet. Normally the Humble Bundle has indie games, but this one is actually featuring a major publisher, THQ, and a number of their games, including Saints Row the Third, which is very recent. It just came out this year. So the Humble Bundle, the way it works is you can offer as much money or as little money as you want. You need to spend at least $1 to get game codes, but if you spend more than the average, you'll get a special game. In this case, it's Saints Row the Third, which again is a very recent release. And right now the average is $5.62. If you spend that much, you get all the games. If you spend $1, you get all the games except Saints Row. And the games are Darksiders, Metro 2033, which is Metro 2033 is an awesome FPS. There's Red Faction Armageddon, which is decent. It wasn't the best Red Faction game, but still, it is a fairly recent release. And then there's Company of Heroes. This is one of the highlights for me, along with the 2 expansions that came out for it, Opposing Fronts and Tales of Valor. Now, Company of Heroes, I've seen some people mix this up thinking that it's like a FPS. It is not. You're actually seeing footage of it right now. It is a hardcore RTS game. You've got the base building aspects, you've got territory control, which is something that Relic kind of led the way on when it came to RTS, and you've also got tech trees, and additionally there's powers. Command & Conquer Generals was one of the first games to introduce a powers type system where you gained experience as you played. In Company of Heroes, it's the same deal, except there's more diversity in the options for each side. And in Company of Heroes, there's 4 sides. Honestly, guys, if there's one game to jump on this bundle for, it's Company of Heroes. For $1, you get all these games, and you get to determine where your money goes. You can give it all to charity. You can give it to the Humble Bundle organization, or you could give it to the developers entirely. It's really up to you, although let me point out, THQ right now is having some financial difficulties, and their future is kind of unknown right now. Nobody really knows exactly what to expect about the future for the company because they made some bad investments, and they've still got a number of games, in production. There's Company of Heroes 2, which is actually just supposed to come out in, I believe it's March of 2013. And it would be such a tragedy if that game gets screwed over by an unstable situation with THQ. So that's one reason to consider giving some of your split to THQ. I know that, charity is also very appealing, and that's actually what I gave most of my money to when I pledged to this. But again, you can also pledge as much as you want. So, depending on your current finances, if you wanted to do $1, just get the base games. If you wanted to do the average, $5.62 or whatever it is, when you look at it, you got to make sure you look. You can get Saints Row the Third with all those games. Or, I mean, there's some people have pledged, or not even pledged, they've contributed over $1,600. So it's up to you. It's up to the resources you have available, what you think you can afford. But this is an awesome bundle, guys. On the deal side, this is a fantastic deal. And I know there's been some criticism about how supposedly cheap PC gamers are. I honestly, the way I look at it is right now this campaign has raised over $3.4 million. And that's with 613,000 units sold. I mean, it's amazing. And this goes to show you how, even with the Steam sales and stuff like that, having a really, really big sale on software products can result still in a lot of revenue coming in for these companies. And we don't really know what the split is for that 3.4 million. But even if THQ only got a quarter of it, that's still a lot of money coming into the company that wasn't there before. And they're also potentially tapping into markets where there were people who just pirate games, or there's people who just couldn't afford the games. I mean, really, who knows what the financial situations are of the people and why the averages stayed so low. I don't think the average is anything to be concerned about. I think that really it's great how much money this has brought into the Humble Bundle organization and to charities and also to THQ. And it's no doubt going to be helpful for each. So I'll go ahead and link the Humble Bundle, the Humble THQ Bundle. I'll link that in the description. Make sure you guys check it out. Honestly, it's just $1 just to get even these core bundle of games. Anybody should be able to afford that. And I mean, really, like Company of Heroes, what you've been seeing here, awesome game. It's got a little bit of a learning curve. There's parts of the combat that are quite unique to this game that you don't see in many others. Like, you could take, here you're seeing footage of tanks, right? The tanks, if they're getting shot at their front armor, rounds can actually deflect to do almost no damage. There's weak points in the rear and the sides. And there's, you know, positioning. When you've got a system like that, positioning matters a lot. There's also, you know, ways to suppress enemies. I mean, overall, it's a very, very cool RTS. Again, one of my favorites. I would still rate this game in the 90 percentile range, just over overall quality. I mean, it's a fantastic game. And alongside that, there's also Metro 2033. Great FPS. It's quite demanding, but if you've if you've upgraded your computer anytime in the past few years, you should be able to run Metro 2033. And I mean, really, it's an awesome game. Red Faction, Armageddon, decent. Guerrilla, honestly, was my favorite. But I mean, come on, for $1 at the least, I mean, you can't really complain. And then Darksiders, that has had a lot of you know, positive press. It's a great franchise. I know a lot of people who love it. And then if you beat the average, you got Saints Row the Third, which is a very new release. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this footage. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew about it. For those that didn't, this is something definitely to take advantage of. You'll get Steam keys for it. You'll even get soundtracks. A really great a deal here. So that's it, guys. As always, please be sure to like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends about my channel. I always appreciate when you guys do that. And stay tuned for more videos. I'll see you guys next time.